Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao, and this is One News Now. The Health Department is still not keen on making the use of face masks mandatory again, despite rising COVID-19 cases. JC Cosico tells us more.
Face mask. Ito po. Libre po ito. Wala pong bayad. Ito na po. Pakisuot lang po. Bago pumasok po.
Employee or not, face masks are now required inside the Manila City Hall and in satellite offices. This comes as COVID-19 cases increase in the city.
The data that we get are only those na nagpapa-RT-PCR test. Mas marami po ngayon ang nagpapa-antigen on their own or even in different private laboratories. So, ang maaring mas malaki pa talaga yung totoong numero ng COVID cases.
As of now, the average daily infections in Manila lies between 25 to 35, from just single digits back in March. Employees do not seem to find a problem with the reimposition of this policy.
Iba't ibang tao ang pumupunta dito sa amin. Iba't ibang tao na nanggagaling sa iba't ibang lugar. So hindi natin alam kung sa pinagmula nila ay may mga COVID patient.
Expose kami sa mga nagbabayad ng mga taxes dito sa City Hall. Mas okay yun kasi para sa safety ng government employees.
The same goes in Baguio City, where the local government has required again the use of face masks amid increasing cases. The health department says LGUs have the authority to impose their respective policies, depending on their risk assessment. But if the agency was to be asked, there's no need to tighten COVID-19 restrictions again across the country.
Hindi po namin nakikita sa ngayon, sa sitwasyon natin ngayon na ang kagawaran ng kalusugan ay magrerekomenda sa ating presidente or through IATF.
From May 9 to 15, the Philippines averaged 1,800 daily new cases. This is 28% higher than the 1,400 average the week prior. Positivity rate, or the percentage of people testing positive for the virus, is at 23.5%. However, based on Octa research number, Aklan reached a rate of 56.9% last May 13. While the DOH is monitoring the situation, positivity rate is not the only determinant of the real COVID status in a certain area.
Doon palang bias ka na kasi hindi mo na nakikita yung ibang bahagi ng populasyon. Pangalawa, yun pong antigen testing na tinatanggap na rin natin ngayon na basihan kung ikay positive o hindi. Hindi naman po yan nire-report. We look at hospital admissions. We look at healthcare utilization.
The agency now reiterates its reminder to follow health protocols and to get vaccinated. In relation to this, some 391,000 doses of bivalent vaccines are expected to arrive next week. DOH is communicating with the COVAX facility for 2 million more of such doses. For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
Cabanatuan National High School in Isabela has suspended in-person classes due to rising COVID-19 cases among students and faculty members. Education Department School Division Superintendent Dr. Rachel Liana said 12 teachers and 2 students tested positive for the coronavirus. Despite this, physical classes can resume by May 18, according to the province's Rural Health Unit. But for now, the school has not yet imposed a mandatory use of face mask rule, but all are being encouraged to mask up.
Due to close monitoring din ng ating school health section at saka ng RHU na rin, okay naman po yung status ng kanilang health. As of now po, sinasuggest lang po natin na ang ating mga mag-aaral at ang ating mga school personnel ay magsuot po ng kanilang face mask.
And the Foreign Affairs Department says that about 70 more Filipinos are expected to arrive from Sudan by the end of this week. These Filipinos are currently staying at the port of Sudan. Those leaving the port will be brought to Jeddah in Saudi Arabia before flying home to the Philippines. The DFA says almost 650 Filipinos have left Sudan since the infighting broke out between the army and paramilitary in mid-April. However, not all Sudan-based Filipinos have opted to go back home to the Philippines. The DFA is also in touch with a number of Filipinos who want to be repatriated but have not secured permission from their employers. We're going to pause for a quick break, but One News Now. We'll be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. At the Gatchalian's appointment was met with support from congressmen and senators. Gatchalian responded to issues concerning the agency, including the continuous help for 4Ps beneficiaries and poor families. He also shared plans to streamline and fast-track DSWD processes, saying that he wants to launch an AI chatbot to address queries and concerns. Gatchalian was tapped by President Bongbong Marcos to lead the DSWD after Erwin Tulfo failed to get the CA nod. In other news, Filipino and Australian troops have kicked off this year's joint military drills in Tanay, Rizal. Dubbed as the Kasangga exercise, over 100 Filipino soldiers will train with some 43 Australian troops on military techniques. These include urban operations combat tracking, long-range marksmanship, intelligence surveillance, sensitive site exploitation, as well as reconnaissance operations. The bilateral exercises are expected to bolster military ties between the two countries and will run until July 23. And in Thailand, the opposition bet won via landslide in the elections, ending the nearly decade-long rule of the military-backed government. Let's watch this.
At least there's only two parties that have passed the 100 milestones, and the incumbent did not manage to pass that at all. So I think the probability of minority government is almost zero now.
One News Now will be back with the latest stories at 6:30 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.